Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Alinga Sise of Urban Harvest Organic Farm. For all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am so grateful. And for those who are still new, please kindly consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video, comment in the comment section down below, and I will be so grateful. Today I'm super excited. I want us to discuss something very important in poultry farming that is affecting so many of you. It is stressing so many of you, and actually most customers keep complaining, and that is the sizes of our eggs. I'm going to talk to you based on my own experience, and we shall also give examples based on the eggs that we have. We shall enter the chicken house, the old chicken house, first feed the birds and tell you the herbs I'm giving these birds, and then also we shall talk more about the egg sizes, because I'm seeing this is stressing so many farmers out there. So those are the things, and I'm going to also tell you some of the things that affect the sizes of your eggs, so that if you can improve, you can also improve upon it. So let us first go and feed the birds. It's already time for feeding the birds, and we discuss more. Actually, we shall collect the eggs and we shall talk based on the eggs that we have collected today. So for today, if you're still new, please kindly consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and don't forget to join the membership, and I'll be so grateful. See you right back. So currently, I am mixing garlic, turmeric, and ginger is what I am giving these birds in the drinking water. And actually, they have finished some of the drinkers. I can see there is no water in this one, which we are going to. After feeding them, we are going to immediately clean these drinkers, and we shall add their water. You can see these two drinkers are already empty. Medcon, no, dear is in pay. Guys, remember in this farm, we are left with only 292 birds. But initially, the first day that I brought them, they were 202 in numbers. I was only given 2 birds as bonus, 2 chicks. They only gave me 2 chicks for bonus. So there were 402 chicks on that day. And then they started producing well, but along the way so many things happened and we lost birds along the way. For those who have been following me for some time, at one point we had very strong rain with a lot of wind, thunderstorm, and it removed the old roof, and the birds stayed for 3 days. When the roof was open, the house was flooding, and that was the beginning of the problem. And during that time I lost also birds, and then they got hit by chronic respiratory disease because of that water getting so flooded, and they were drinking a lot of dirty things from the water, from their dropping. They got hit by respiratory disease, of which I also lost birds. We had rats that ate for us like 5 birds. Cannibalism came, so that is how birds kept on disappearing up to now. Then I also had those birds that were so broody. I tried so hard with them. I think I had like 25 birds. I eliminated like 25 birds which were broody. I tried dipping them in cold water, warm water. They were not improving. So I decided to just sell them off. So that is this project for you. You can bring birds like this, and so many things keep happening along the way. You keep on eliminating birds. If you see those birds that are not productive, you rather eliminate them. So 292 birds now, and they have now laid for 84 going to 85 weeks. We are supposed to sell them off, but we are still getting 6 trays of eggs, sometimes 6 trays and 10 eggs, of which I'm still getting some little profits, and maintaining the customers. That's why I'm still maintaining these birds. So currently I'm giving them 35 kilograms every day, of which by 6:30 I give them 20 kilograms, and then at lunchtime like this, at 1 p.m. like this, we give them the 15 remaining kilograms. And then later in the evening, that's when I give them the green vegetables, if it is there. If it is not there, I do not give them also. But just know the birds are really old, very old. They have been hit by fleas several times. I've dusted these birds more than 4 times with fleas during the time when they are here. So far more than 4 times with fleas. Fleas disturb them a lot. So, and one beauty is that they have really helped me bring the new birds and fed those birds for me. Fine, could drink as a kit man. So since morning we haven't yet collected eggs. But honestly guys, this project is a very amazing project if you only do the right thing and follow the guidelines. And for those who are using the herbal remedies, please let us try to be consistent with these herbal remedies. That's the only way we are going to protect our birds from getting all these chicken diseases. And your presence as the owner of the farm is also very, very important, please. So we are giving garlic, ginger, and turmeric in the drinking water. That's why you see the drinking water is yellowish, because the turmeric has a very strong color. So before we add the water, these 3 will still be enough for now. We are first collecting our eggs, and then we discuss what are the best sizes of eggs and at what stage, okay, and what are some of the things causing your birds to have very tiny eggs. It's our topic of the day. Let us see the production. Since morning I haven't yet collected eggs. This one is still laying. Let's leave it to lay eggs. So guys, you can see. You can see. Wow. Guys, you see the disadvantage of collecting these eggs late, you see? They've eaten also some here. Their beaks are now sharp. Most of them, by the way. Guys, I want to be honest. If there is something that is very hard to eliminate in a farm, the fleas and the mites. Once it invades the farm, it becomes very hard to eliminate. Very, very hard. Some birds are always bullied, so they keep in hiding, eh? You see? These are the ones that are bullied, eh? You see? They keep in hiding. They don't even feed well. See how they are looking. Birds are so aggressive nowadays. See my egg is here. So, as my girl is collecting the eggs, I want us to start discussing about the egg sizes. Eh? Now, I have now had so far 3 different breeds in this farm. The first breed that I ever brought was called the brown neck, of which I got it from a company here in Uganda. Those birds, when they were still young, they were not disease resistant at all. But when they started laying eggs like this, they started laying well, and towards the end, when they were already very old, their eggs were really very, very big. In fact, their eggs could not even fit this tray. I remember that is the time when I started looking for market to supply the Carrefour, to supply so many big supermarkets in Uganda. And whenever I could take the eggs, most of those bosses could not believe those eggs were from chicken, because they were very, very big, extremely big. And those birds were called brown neck. But the challenge I had with those birds was that they were not disease resistant. Anything to bang like this, they all ran in a corner. So many get suffocated, so many keep dying. And actually, those were the birds that I brought, 1,200 in numbers. They ended up getting so sick, and I lost over 700 birds. That particular brown neck, not going to mention the company. Now, those birds, we know, King Kongi Kerwin Kakana Mikin, Kerwin Guinean Kakan, Nuketan. Let my girl put the eggs here. Okay. So, those birds, honestly, the eggs, towards the end when I was soon selling them off, honestly, the eggs were extremely big, to an extent that you take the eggs to someone and they wonder if those eggs are really from chicken or from turkeys. You know, the eggs were super, super big. Now, another flock that I've always had here are is the Isa Brown. And it is the Isa Brown currently that are still young, and we are waiting for them to lay eggs. We know. The Isa Brown, their egg sizes were also good, but not super good like for the brown neck. Okay? Not super good like for the brown neck. Karen. Not super good like for the brown neck. So by the time I was selling them off, well, we had big eggs, but not double yolk eggs. But for the brown neck, it was double yolk eggs. Very big. Almost all the birds were laying double yolk eggs by the time I was soon selling off those birds. But for the Isa Brown, the eggs were big, but not the double yolk eggs. Now, these ones that are laying are called the Lawman Brown. The Lawman Brown, when they started laying eggs, these ones are the birds I particularly... These are the birds that I particularly started using herbs. And they started performing well up to date. I still give them a lot of credit. When they started laying eggs, guys, within just 2 months, I started receiving double yolk eggs. Very well, I could receive like 7 eggs which are double yolk, and the egg sizes were extremely good. But when again I had a problem, the roof got opened up, they got stressed, they got that respiratory disease due to eating a lot of dirt, because they said without changing that dropping like the litter like for 3 days, the roof was open, their eggs again became medium size that time. Okay, but by now that I'm soon laying them off, I must confess that I'm not getting any double yolk eggs. The egg sizes are good, but not extra large that I expected. And this is the Lawman Brown. Okay, not extra large. Guys, if you can see, this is not extra large eggs. It is, I can call them medium size. Okay, they are big. Well, they are big if compared to the eggs that for other birds maybe that have just started laying eggs, or they have just laid for 2 months or 3 months. These ones are good sizes and big, but not extra large like for the very first birds that I got, which was called the brown neck. So one thing that I want you to know, I think egg sizes also depend on the breed of the birds that you are raising. Because I also understand there are like 2 breeds of birds that their eggs are always small. But one thing that I have seen, those birds that lay very like small eggs or medium eggs, they always lay for long. They are always good layers. Now, when a bird starts laying eggs, it will always start with tiny eggs, very tiny eggs. And then if they keep on adjusting on the size, the more the bird lays, the more bigger the eggs become. So that is one thing that you must know as a farmer. And then also there are certain factors that affect the sizes of your eggs, especially if the birds are sick, they will lay small eggs. I've also seen here when these birds are stressed up, they lay tinier eggs than this. When those birds are not getting enough drinking water, they will lay tinier eggs. I've also experienced that here. Days that I come back and my colleague has not given them drinking water, trust me, the next day I receive tiny eggs. So make sure that the birds are always having enough drinking water. If there's not enough calcium in the feeds, birds always give small eggs. If there's not enough feeds, birds will always lay tiny eggs. So make sure that some of these things are in place so that your birds always lay good eggs. And birds that have been affected with so many chicken diseases before laying eggs, they will always lay smaller eggs. So make sure when those birds are in a grower stage, they are not affected by these chicken diseases. The birds are feeding well, you're giving them enough feeds. Because if they also do not grow uniformly, trust me, other eggs will be big, others will be small. But when they just start laying eggs like this, at least give them a period of 2 months for them to stabilize on the sizes of their eggs. So one thing is that the breeds also matters. There are some breeds that seriously lay small eggs. Now like these birds This is Lawman brown. If this were a brown nick, honestly, I would have all these eggs super big with double yolk. Like, you just break an egg, it is double yolk. But with this brown nick, with this Lawman brown, the birds are performing well, but the eggs are not double yolk eggs. Okay? So the breed also matters. With the Isa brown, their eggs are also always big, but not compared to the brown nick eggs, honestly. So, before you complain about the sizes of your eggs, are you doing the right thing? Are those birds drinking enough? Are they feeding well? Are you giving them feed that is well mixed? That's why I will still emphasize, if you have enough space, buy all these items you're supposed to mix and mix them by yourself. When a bird is stressed, to definitely lay smaller eggs. When they have fleas, when they have mites, they will definitely lay smaller eggs. When they are overcrowded, they will definitely lay smaller eggs. So that is all I can tell you about the sizes of these eggs. And this you should always tell your customers, okay? Let them understand that you're not the one laying the eggs, okay? You're not the one laying the eggs, it is the birds laying the eggs, and this is not an easy project the way they think so, okay? So please, don't be stressed about the size of your eggs. Make sure you just do the right thing, and make sure that you always make your customers understand about the sizes of these eggs. Why is that the local chicken lay very tiny eggs, but they consider it as the most delicious and the most expensive eggs? So what about these ones? Okay, you must always give them such examples. So an egg is an egg, irrespective of its size. It is still an egg. So for today, that is all I had for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for all your wonderful love and support. But if you're still new, please kindly consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video, comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be so grateful. See you next time. I love you all. Bye-bye. So today we've got close to 5 trays of eggs. Let's see. So I've said currently we are getting 6 trays with only like 10 eggs. So after them feeding, we're again going to collect like 1 tray and some eggs. So here we were left with only roughly 8 eggs to make it to 5 trays of eggs. You can see. So let's go and pack our eggs, and we'll call it a day. Thank you so much. I love you all. Bye-bye.